Hello, hi there, I'm Bella, and thank you so much for joining my YouTube channel. And this is a sort of general overview for all you gorgeous Tauruses for 2017. And how I work is I work with my spirit guides to kind of give a general overview about kind of what the key themes that may come up for most Tauruses over the next year will be, sort of month by month, really. So if you've not used me before, or it's the first time you're seeing me, there's some information down below in terms of my services and my website, and also I have a Facebook community that you may want to join, where I do some live weekly tutorials on different subjects as well. So just to jump straight into what it is that my guides are sort of showing me when it comes to what's coming up for you in this very super foundation good year, my guides are kind of indicating that for the first month it's all about love for you. And I don't necessarily want to sort of land that into just the kind of romantic sense, but it is that you want to be in love with life. You want to, you're having a love affair, and I think the love affair you're having is with yourself, and anybody else that joins that love affair is super good. But it's all about love, finding love, being in love, being in love with life, being in love with somebody. For lots of you, particularly if you're single, it's about sort of really jumping on the bandwagon of trying to find true love and feeling really optimistic about it. Or you're in a connection and you're super want to be positive in that and want to give love. It's like you're in the love bug month. You're very infectious, I would say, here, and rightly so. And it's going to rub off not just on you but on everybody else. And I just kind of love that. I don't even know if I have a friend that's a Taurus, but if I did, I want to be around them in that month, because they're just super inspiring. They are very loving and energy. You will be very loving energy, but as a result, you're going to just draw love to you in different ways: friends, families, lovers, everything. It's all about love. There's a little inner hippie in all of you Tauruses on the 1st of January that is just lovely. We've got really lovely number 1 energy, and actually number 11 energy, which any of you know what the number 11 symbolizes. It's a very lucky, manifesting, beautiful energy. And I think you internally, very intuitively, use that to your advantage very, very well. And it's actually quite lovely. So keep it up. I do like that aspect of you, because it does work out, particularly for those who do want to improve their love lives or finding new love. It works out very well because it is reciprocated. It is given back to you. So no more troubles there, I would say, not in January. And my guides are just saying it continues in very much in February, but you feel very much like you're just, because you've been getting back and you're just on cloud 9. So I have to say, definitely for those who are in a connections, or someone's come back, or you're in a new connection, you're so super happy and chuffed to be in this new connection, or this existing connection that's just got so much better, and you've been getting love back for them. You just want to love and give more. Like, I just get generosity that you flow onto somebody else. Like, I get, for some of you, you're so grateful to have this love that you just want to just show this in abundance in every kind of way. But I think, again, it just trickles out of you. Sorry, I just like this reading because it's all about how you feel and what you give, and at an emotional level. It's not even about the practical stuff in life. It's just shown to me you're just doing your darndest to enjoy the beauty of life, the love of life, the love of who you are, and raising your own vibration. It's really, really good. It's like you have self-confidence, self-love, self-everything, no matter what you look like, what your size is, whatever it is. You just don't care. You love life, you love yourself, and you hope everybody loves everything. It is like that. But the only star sign I read for today where you have that flowing out of you. It's lovely. And then what happens in March, my dears? Because it's almost like maybe you were a bit too high on the love bug, because then there's a few of you, I don't think it's all of you, but there's a few of you that's kind of like, I think, sometimes you get very despondent with the world, because you can be really happy and positive, but the world kind of goes on around you, doesn't it? And you get bad news, and people are having disappointments, or other people in your life may be having challenges, and you're like, no, just stay in my love party. Why are you trying to put a dampener on it? But eventually, because life is going on like that it does get to you, because you're like, oh, I've put all this effort into being loving and giving and that why is it not working? Why are these people over here still unhappy? And why is it that you're treating me this way when all I'm doing is giving you love? Why is it feeling difficult? And that's a feeling you feel a bit disgruntled with the world. But I think all that does is it gets you to sit and pause and think about maybe coming out of the love bubble and thinking about the other practical elements. Because my guides are saying that maybe being in that kind of place for maybe too long is that some things are being kind of left out, that maybe some other people are now just trying to focus on and trying to get you to get your attention there. And because you're not wanting to ignore it because it doesn't feel so good, it's a bit like, like you need to pay a bill, but because you're over here and you're enjoying life, you haven't been paying the bill, but you need to pay the bill because you're going to make yourself unhappy because something will come and bite you, or you're making somebody else unhappy. So I think in March is this asking you to come down from cloud 9, just temporarily, just to deal with life and to almost not live in a fantasy world, to put some of your things that you need to set and sow into this very foundation year into place, to kind of start to do that work and to put some of that positivity that you've had from February and January into focusing on that, which I think you might be reluctant to do, but we have to live in the real world. I feel here, because there's an element that it feels that you're being asked to focus on this and you don't really want to focus on this because it doesn't feel too good, this kind of stuff. There's a bit of sulking for some of you, for even going into April and even partly into May, but mainly April. There's some of you going, oh, I really don't want to have to do this. I'm really killing my party atmosphere. But again, the universe and what my guides are saying here, try not to view it that way, because all you do is make yourself go from cloud 9 to cloud 0, because there is a need for you to do this practically, because there will be success again from you doing this, particularly when it comes to study and career or relationships. If you don't put in the notice and the hard work, you're going to regret it and you'll have a bigger mountain to climb. But also by doing that, you bring yourself success, which will then zoom you right back up to cloud 9. So just spend that time, as uncomfortable as it is, during sort of March and April and a bit of May, putting in the work that you don't necessarily want to do, because it will pay off. Try not to see it as bad as you think it might be, or as uncomfortable, because actually that discomfort, that planning, that preparation, that looking for a job, that's filling in the paperwork, that paying that bill, all leads to you gaining something quite substantial because of doing that. I just get here in May in particular, like I said, there's some of that lingering feeling, but you do have some choices to be making with love, with work, with career, and you can't get it wrong. But it does need the focus and attention, because if you don't give it the focus and attention, then you will get it wrong. But most of you will understand what I mean, because in a way someone's twisted your arm to get you to focus on this, is the overall feeling that I've been getting from you. Again, this person could be work colleague, it could be a partner, somebody's trying to get you to focus, and you do. You'll make good choices, which it's been shown not straight away, it's more like in October in particular, which we'll come to that you see that work that was done then that you didn't really want to focus on really pays off for you. So you either get that job in October, there is definitely a shift when it comes to career and finances in particular in that month, but you get the abundance, that kind of stepping stone upper level in October because of the work that you've done now in sort of May time. For June's a really again, that's when you go back to cloud 9 a bit, because you've done that, you put it to a side, you can let it bubble away in its little cauldron while it kind of does its magic for you, and you can focus and put yourself back in the bubble of love. And again, relationships and connections come back into the fold. You seem to have a really good time during that month when it comes to love, connections. Again, any new connections that anybody wants to make, get proposals, get engagements around that time. Even weddings will happen for some Tauruses in that month. Renewal of vows in that month seems to be coming up as super important. Somebody wants to make you a promise that they will be better for you and continue to do that. Even though you know they are better for you, they want to reaffirm that in, again, what they say and what they do. There's some sort of gift coming towards you that's going to lift you again back on cloud 9. Just watch for that. I just get here, because of that aspect of things, you decide that on your own this time, not necessarily because someone's twisted your arm, you decide sort of in the August or July and August time that you now are going to to put some more focus back into the practical, and put your attention back onto something that is going to elevate you, is going to move you in a different direction, is going to elevate your status and move you along, change your life. You now do this, not somebody twisting your arm to do it. So you do this with with the normality. There's no kind of too high up in the air, and there's nobody twisting your arm. You've chosen to do this because actually you realise and recognise that actually there's potential in something to change in a very good direction, so you're going to give your efforts to it. And again, this is super good because you put your efforts into it. My guides are saying it is going to change your world. It is going to change your world. It's going to bring you success and sustainability in both areas of your life, in terms of connections with people, but also when it comes to finances and career, which when we get to September and October in particular, but September and October, that's when your whole world blows up in a really good way. Like everything that you didn't want to work on but you should have done, and then what you then decided to work on, all works for you. Job opportunities come to you, promotion comes to you, babies, marriages, whatever, all those key life sort of changes, moving the houses, anything that you have personally set your wheels in motion for and given some attention to, reluctantly or otherwise, kicks off. But in October in particular, there's money, increases in finances, so pay rise, bonus, job change, increase if you're self-employed, growth in a substantial way that's recognisable for you, that you go, oh wow, I have more sort of disposable kind of income than I was before, or I just finished this college course, I've now got a new sort of, new kind of degree kind of level that's led me to where it is I need to be. Sorry, getting so excited, I'm sort of going to give myself a cough. They're saying to me that as you get to November, you basically understand the truth of your abilities to be able to make things manifest and still allow yourself to have the joy of life, and knowing when to get the balance right, I think is the right thing, from being sort of really joyous to really kind of when you need to put in hard work, you know how to do that in a successful way. Because I think for you, sometimes you have to compartmentalize things. Sometimes doing the two things at the same time just kills the other one off. But I think you find you've got a personal truth about when you can balance those kind of two sides of you quite well, that you can really sow some really good seeds in your life and really perpetuate and change your life so awesomely for the better. You understand that truth about you, there's a confidence about you, to the point where it's a bit unlike you, but you will tell people where to go, but they try to change that aspect about you. There's a lot of you being quite direct to certain people, maybe a little bit prickly, so just be careful that you don't get too carried away. But I feel, prickly or not, it seems to be needed and necessary at that time, because you understand you, so you're not going to let anybody else sort of change that aspect about you in any kind of connection that you have. And then you end the year in that same vein, that same confidence, but at a very emotional, spiritual level, looking at again how you can start 2018 just as you started this year, with that cup overflowing with that emotion, that kind of bubble, that kind of love, which you just seem to enjoy living in and also giving. And why not? It's such a beautiful place to be. It's like you have these cycles where you like to live in the positivity of things, like to live in the solution of things, and not necessarily live in the doom and gloom of things. That's a beautiful aspect of you that is going to flourish out of you this year, I believe, which then trickles into all the other areas of your life. So I do hope that's helped you today, to give you some information on some of the key themes, particularly as an emotional, very abundant, very joyous, very loving place, if you didn't get the theme already, and actually how that is so enriching for you at a deeper level, which then, like I said, trickles into most of your life. If you'd like to have a private reading, again, all my links are down below. And if you have enjoyed this reading, please do like it, and please do share as well. I greatly appreciate it. And I think you're going to have a really lovely 2017. So do enjoy all those aspects of you that are just marvellous and beautiful. Take care. I've been Bella. Have a great year.